hello, and welcome again to Avatar Face to Face. I'm your host, Jewel Kinch-Thomas, and we love to bring you all of the information and the inspiration about the arts and culture happening in Westchester and beyond. So today we have on the show and would like to welcome the president of the White Plains Outdoor Arts Festival, Kristine Holden.
Hi.
Kristine, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I'm not a White Plains resident. I live
Okay.
in New Rochelle and didn't really know very much about the White Plains Outdoors Arts Festival. When did it start?
The Arts Festival started in 1962.
Okay.
This was a little bit before my time,
Okay.
but I understand that it was rather small then. It focused on some local painters
Right.
displaying their work that they do. Over the years, it's grown quite a bit. It's
Mm-hmm.
grown, it's contracted, and it's grown again. And currently, we have every year the first weekend after Memorial Day,
Mm-hmm.
we host anywhere from 80 to 90 artists
Okay.
and vendors who display their work in Tibbetts Park in downtown White Plains.
Okay. Now, the festival has a very specific mission, and it was one of the things that really drew me and captured my attention when I looked at the website. Share a little bit about the mission of the festival for
Sure.
us.
About 40 years ago, after the show had been developing, the people who were instrumental in promoting the show decided that any proceeds that they would make from the show
Mm-hmm.
would get channeled into scholarships for White Plains High School students,
Okay.
seniors who would be graduating and going on to college to study some something in the fine arts.
Mm, that's fantastic. So everything that is made from the festival then is funneled into the scholarships to support approximately how many art students?
Well, it varies from year to year.
Mm-hmm.
We will choose, depending on the quality of the work of the students, it can be 5 to 6 or 7 students typically, and then the scholarship amounts range. But
Mm-hmm.
in recent years, we've been giving a total of anywhere from 13 to last year we gave $15,000.
Wow,
So
excellent.
divided over about 6 students.
Okay, and what a welcome amount that would be for a high school student who's looking to further their career as an artist. I mean that must be a really fabulous thing for them to get.
I think so. It's a very rewarding process to be a part of, and I mean I have to imagine as a parent of 2 young children that if my kids come to me and say, I want to study art in
Right,
college,
right.
that it's going to be it's going to smooth their path a little bit to have scholarships like that available to them. So
Okay. Now, what brought you to the festival? You've been with you're the president of the festival, and you've been
currently,
with them now for about 3 years. How did you connect with them?
it's actually a couple of my neighbors were involved, and I was speaking to them about it, and they've been involved for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out that I knew the past president because her son and my son go to school together, and so I started to get involved. That was about 5 years ago, and
Okay.
then about two plus years ago, I took over as president.
Wonderful. Are you an artist yourself?
I am not at
Okay.
all.
You just love the arts then.
I appreciate some of the amazing stuff that they show at the arts festival, at all art shows like that. I appreciate the work that the students do for sure.
Right.
I appreciate it even more because I can't do it or don't do it. So
Okay.
and I really enjoy being a part of this event that's not only supports the arts but really is it's a really fun community event.
Right.
And I've talked to so many people that I've met since living in White Plains and since being involved in the Arts Festival who say, oh, I grew up here. I love going to that as a kid. I love to go to it now. So it's a nice feeling.
Yeah, I mean, to start from very humble beginnings,
Yes.
as you said, it was just a very small group, local artists, and now to come to a point where you have thousands of people who are attending and supporting the event every year, that's a quite a commendable achievement. and I would think something that community is proud of and wants to support as much as they can.
I think so.
What has been some of the you mentioned some of your neighbors and how
Uh-huh.
you got involved. Just overall, in terms of the White Plains support, how has
Well,
that manifested?
well, we have on our committee, which is all volunteer, and we meet probably about 8 times a year
Hmm.
together to plan the festival. And there are people who have been involved for, I mean, I want to say going on 20 years, if not
Mm,
more. I mean, there's
okay.
people, some of them are artists. We have several who are involved in the real estate business, which I
Okay.
think, um, I think they have a vested interest in promoting events in the city that are, that make the city look good, really.
Right.
Um, and we have one gentleman who I know, I think his mother was involved with it, and then he's been
Wow.
involved, and so
Okay.
for a long time. We have everybody kind of takes on a role, and they're very dedicated.
Okay.
In addition to that, we get a lot of strong support from the city, from the mayor, from
Hmm.
City Hall, from the Parks and Recreation Department. They have a liaison who helps us in the planning,
Mm,
um, and the Department of Public Works. They have people there over the weekend who are fabulous, and also the Public Safety Department. They help us as well
okay.
with the traffic control. And in addition to that, we have community sponsors who donate every year. We have Comb Incorporated, which is a private company in White
Okay.
Plains. We have Hudson Valley Bank, they contribute.
Hmm.
Cuddy and Fader and Jackson Lewis, two local law firms. And then we've had support in the past from some other really wonderful corporations. And on top of that, we have a long list of Friends of the White Plains Outdoor Arts Festival
Okay.
who donate every year, some who come and volunteer as well for
Right.
the weekend. And so it's really nice.
That's fabulous. I mean, what a strong community connection and commitment. As I hear you,
Yes,
list
I
all
don't
of
want
the
to forget
from
anybody.
government to private to
Right.
corporate. Everyone it seems has a stake. And wants to be a part of what you're doing to support
Right.
these kids.
Right.
Now, what I found also was maybe a little bit surprising, but a great thing was that this is an all volunteer committee
That's
that
right.
puts this together.
Right.
Has it always been that way?
No, I believe, and this is before my time with the festival, I believe that there was a time when the Parks and Recreation Department really put it on, just like
Hmm.
many of the other great events that they put on throughout the
Right,
year.
right.
I'm not sure exactly why it went back to being a volunteer committee, but it has
Hmm.
been for many years now. And but we do, like I said, we have a liaison from Parks and Recreation
Okay.
who takes care of a tremendous amount of details for us.
Right.
But our committee members, they accept the applications from the vendors. They go through them. They make sure that they're appropriate for the festival,
Hmm.
and they do all of that kind of back office work to
And
get
there's a
people
lot of
there.
it, yes.
Right. We all,
Yeah.
several of us go a couple of days before the festival, and we mark the park, which is, if you ever
That's a
drive
lot
by
of fun.
Tibbetts Park on that day, you'll see us all bending over,
Oh, but
painting lines through the
yes.
park and
Oh,
marking them.
believe
So,
me, I have been there, so I can appreciate
yes.
the commitment that you
Yes.
have as a volunteer group to make this happen. Because, as you said, the what has to happen behind the scenes to get all of these vendors in place and to go through the applications and to
Right.
secure them, and then this something which seems so simple as marking
Right,
the
right.
12 by 12
Exactly.
booth space, whatever.
Exactly.
It's a lot. It's
It
a
is a
lot to
lot.
undertake.
But it's fun and everybody enjoys it. And we're always looking for new volunteers too. So if people are interested, they can check out our website.
Okay,
which
this is a wonderful place to
Okay.
give that website information.
It's www.whiteplainsoutdoorartsfestival.com, or you can also look it up at www.wpoaf.org, which
Okay.
is much shorter to type, but,
Okay,
but a little
well,
harder to remember. So.
we're going to. I'm sure we'll have you repeat that before the end of
Sure.
the show,
Thank
so that anybody who didn't catch it just now will be able to get it again.
Okay.
But I want to talk a little bit first about the festival itself and just what that day is like, because you mentioned you put out a call for artists. Now,
Right.
it's not just the visual arts. We're surrounded here by some wonderful
That's
art
right.
today,
Yes.
but it's not just the visual arts. You have much
No, we
more.
have, right, we have jewelers, we have glasswares and ceramics, we have fibers, textiles, there's leather goods, woodworking,
Mm,
there's even a category for food products that not for eating at the festival, but
okay.
craft food products. Like last year, a woman who made her own homemade jams with low sugar that
Mm,
was very popular.
okay.
Oils and things like that. Some soaps, some so crafts like that.
Okay.
So really, there's a wide variety
A
of people who
lot.
roll
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
And so on the day of the festival, we start very early, again with our very dedicated volunteers who are there by, some of them are there by 5 a.m.
So how many vendors
So the
approximately do you
vendors
have?
come in Saturday morning. There are about 80 to 85.
Wow. Okay.
Some take a double space, but most take just single spaces, and they're all lined up through the park, up one side
Hmm.
and up and through the middle, and then we have two sections of the park that we fill up. There's one smaller upper part, and then the larger lower park that starts where the fountain is
Okay.
in White Plains. Um, and they come up with their trucks along the side, and they start. These people are impressive. The
Mm,
way one person on their own, or maybe they have an assistant, roll out the stuff, set up their own tents
right.
and all their display tables, and they put out all their products. And by I would say like 9:30, 10
Hmm.
o'clock, they're ready to go and ready to start selling. So,
Oh,
and since it's an open park with no admission fees charged to people who want to come,
right.
I mean, they really don't start selling until about 10, but they'll have people wandering through early in the morning just checking out what they're
Checking
doing and
out
what they have.
what's
Yeah,
there.
so
What's there.
so it's quite a busy scene in the morning,
Oh,
and our committee members are there helping to guide all the vendors into their right spots
right.
because they're assigned in advance. And we offer hospitality to the vendors, some, bagels and coffee and whatnot in the morning. And
Okay.
so we're setting up while they're setting up too. We're setting up a raffle tent.
Okay.
We're setting up our hospitality tents at each end of the park where we'll pass out programs and balloons.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also set up a scholarship tent for the students who won the scholarships. They provide us with samples of their work for the weekend, and we
Mm-hmm.
set them up and display those so that people can see, get a sense of why we're there
Of
and
who
what
they're
the festival's
supporting.
exactly.
Right. Okay, so that's a wonderful segue into how do you select the students? You said that the students are coming from White Plains High School.
That's right.
And is there a particular age range that they need to be in order to be a part of this?
Yes, they have to be a graduating senior.
Okay.
They're so that they know that their plans are that they're going on to study art in they've already been accepted to a college. So somewhere in the I guess around about February or March, we coordinate with the high school with the fine arts coordinator there,
Okay.
who currently is Gary West, who's been very helpful to us, and we get applications out and available to the students who would be eligible, and then they have to return their applications,
Mm-hmm.
and then in I believe it's a day in April, the high school puts on a portfolio day where they many of the fine art students, most of the seniors and some of the juniors and sophomores will put out their work just for a display, just for them to put on their own exhibit of work, and that's up for the course of a couple of days. And on the first day, some of our committee members who are on the subcommittee for choosing the scholarships
Mm-hmm.
go and they review all the work of the people who've applied and who are eligible, and they decide. They get their heads together and decide, how they think the students did and which
Mm-hmm.
ones should be awarded scholarships and at what levels.
Wow.
So,
Okay. So typically, how many students do you get
um,
that want to
right.
be a part of the selection
Well,
process?
it's not that many. It's not as many as you would think. I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, but I think it's pretty rare that that a student walks away with nothing.
Okay.
Um, so, we might get 7 or 8 and
Mm-hmm.
give out 6 or 7 scholarships,
Okay.
something to that effect. We really want to look, the judges are looking for artistic merit, and they
Right.
also, they meet with the students as well on that portfolio day. They meet with them in the afternoon and talk to them about their plans and about
Right.
they want to see that the kids really have a passion for the work that they're doing.
And this is not just a pastime, sort of a hobby kind of
Right,
situation.
exactly, and that
Okay.
they really do have plans to study the art in
Okay.
in college. So, um, I think it's I think it's not easy for the judges because they definitely don't want to exclude anybody who
Well,
they I mean these
that's
kids,
always hard. Yeah.
and you can have a young student who's just nervous or who maybe doesn't speak well about their work, but they
Right.
obviously do good work and they care about it. So I think the committee is very understanding of that, and they really try to award based on the quality of the work, for sure.
Okay. So are the judges come from your committee of volunteers?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Right.
All
So
right.
we have a wonderful woman in White Plains named Dee Dee Dolan, who's a real estate agent in White Plains. She chairs that committee and does a great job, like getting in touch with the students and getting everything together for that. So
Okay. Is there a ceremony of sorts when you do select the scholarship winners?
yes, we do. Like within the week before the festival,
Mm-hmm.
we invite the scholarship winners to attend a ceremony. We in recent years we've held it in the rotunda at City Hall.
Okay.
Previously, I know they've done it at the gazebo in the park, which is a key part of our logo, the gazebo. So,
Okay.
but it gets very windy. So we have trouble doing the scholarship presentation there with the students' artwork flying all over. So the rotunda of City Hall has been a nice alternative to that, and it's nice. Usually the mayor comes down and has some kind words to say to the students
Oh,
as
how
well.
wonderful.
And last year we had City Councilman Ben Boykin in the mayor's place because he couldn't be there, just to congratulate the students, and we announce them, and I think it's nice for them.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Do you ever get an opportunity to follow up with any of your scholarship winners just to see, where they are or how their careers are progressing?
right. Well, we did in fact. 2 years ago was the 50th anniversary of the White Plains Outdoor Arts Festival.
Wow, milestone.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. I think particularly for the people who'd been involved for a long time. And we did a little celebration on the Saturday night of the festival.
Okay.
And we invited the artists who were participating that year and many of the, some of our elected officials and just people in the community who've been involved for a long time, our friends. We invited them to City Hall for a reception and for an art exhibition upstairs in the council chambers.
Okay.
One of our newest committee members, who was himself a former scholarship winner, David Weir, he curated an exhibition that focused on past scholarship winners and what they've done since. So we had, it was a tremendous opportunity to see the work that they had done. And
Yeah.
for somebody like myself, who's still relatively new to the committee and will be for a long time, given these people's duration on the committee, it was extremely rewarding
Oh, I
to
can
see.
imagine.
I mean, the work is impressive. We have some pictures of it that I hope you'll be able to show. Glass work by a gentleman named David Licata, beautiful ceramic work by a young woman named Rita Varian. We had a gentleman named Tom Samponia. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He does really fantastic paintings that focus on jazz and New Orleans, and he also is an art teacher
Okay.
at, I believe, a private school somewhere in Westchester. And he spoke at the festival, at the ceremony, and it was really nice to hear him speak because he's got a great perspective on, on kids who are trying to learn art and trying to
Right.
promote art in the
Right.
schools,
Okay.
and then, just that he was supported by the scholarship was really nice. So.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I mean, I can understand how getting a scholarship like this, would years down the road be something that someone would look back on and say, that was a point where I felt like I was being affirmed
Right.
and my work, whatever it might have been at that level, was being supported.
Right.
And then to be able to move on, into a career,
Right.
from that, and go forward. I think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing
Oh, thank you. Well,
to
that's
help artists move forward, and
yeah.
we need to do that as much as possible.
Right. Well, that's our goal, definitely. I mean, and it makes all the back office work really worthwhile. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. So, coming up for 2014, I know that the committee is going to be very soon starting to work on putting all of those things in place.
that's right.
What are you looking forward to in 2014?
Well, I mean, our goal now, like I said, this past year, we had originally planned to give out $13,500 in
Hmm.
scholarships, but we were fortunate that we were able to raise that a little bit to 15,000 for
Okay.
last year. And really, that's our main goal, is to raise the amounts that we're able to give out,
Right.
with community support, and with, hopefully, we'll be moving into 501c3 status. That's one of our goals, because we've
Wonderful.
been obviously operating as a not-for-profit for many, many, many years, but
Right.
without that added benefit of having that status. And we just, every year, we're looking to get the best vendors, the most diversity
Hmm.
in the work that we can.
Right.
Not only a great diversity in terms of the work itself, the types of art that we
Hmm.
show, but also, to have something for everybody who comes to the festival, that they can make a small purchase here or make a bigger purchase there.
Right.
We want something for all the people who come, and we always offer a small food court, and we're always trying to tinker with that and get fun new food vendors in,
Okay.
to sort of add to the liveliness.
Well, yeah, add to the day, because then you can bring out the entire family. So it's
Exactly.
not just, okay, you're an art lover and you want to come and see, the various booths and displays, but it can be a day for the entire family to come out, not enjoy the art, purchase some, but also, have some activities and
Right.
eat and just have a good time.
We also every year we offer a children's art workshop, a little table for the kids to sit and
Okay.
work on a craft. Last year we had a lovely woman named Raina, who had been I believe she was a past scholarship winner also.
Okay.
She came and worked at the children's art table and set up a fun little craft for them. And then, in addition, this past year, we were fortunate to have the Clay Arts Center, which is a Port Chester
Right.
organization, come on the Sunday of the festival and offer a clay project for the kids to work on. And that was very, very popular with the
Oh,
kids.
wonderful, wonderful. So
So there is something. And then
yeah, something for everyone.
we have a very popular raffle table. And this
Mm.
is something that the vendors who come do to support our scholarship cause. Many of them will have, if we have 80 vendors, we probably get 30 to 40, anywhere from 30 to 40 donations from the
Okay.
artists. They'll give a piece of their work to the raffle tent, and we put it
Ah,
on display, and we sell
okay.
raffle tickets. And I take part in calling the winners every year, and they are
They
delighted.
love it. Okay.
So that's a really fun part of the festival.
That's great. It sounds like a fabulous day. It
Yes.
has a tremendous mission in terms of supporting young artists, into their
Right.
careers. And then you're supporting artists who are already fairly well established and displaying their
That's right.
work
Yes.
and
Yeah.
exhibiting. So it's like all around,
Right.
it's a really good thing for the community
Yes.
and for the arts. Fabulous. So tell us the dates for next year,
Mhm.
and also let us know if anyone wants to participate as a vendor,
Uh-huh.
or if they want to support the festival.
Right.
How can they do that?
Well, in 2014, our dates are a little bit early this year. It's May 31st and June 1st. That's the weekend after Memorial Day. The Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day.
Hmm.
Anybody who wants to get involved from the community, who wants to volunteer, like I said, our website is www.whiteplainsoutdoorartsfestival, all one word,
Okay.
.com. And then vendors can also check our website for the applications for the booths. We welcome all applications. There's no application fee separate
Okay.
from, once you send in your fee for the
For the
booth,
booth. Okay.
as long as you're accepted, then we don't cash your check until you're accepted, basically. So
Okay.
there's no separate fee, there's no jurying fee, nothing like that. And I think that's it, right?
Okay, yeah,
For
I
getting
think we
involved.
touched on, yes, if you want to be a vendor, if you want to support, if there are sponsors, potential sponsors out there.
Anybody, check our website. Feel free to
Okay,
feel. If you don't
fantastic.
call us, we may call you. But
All right.
so
Sounds good.
great.
Christine, thank you so much for
Thank you for
being with
having
us
us.
today.
Thank
It
you for
was
having me.
great to find out all about the work of the festival and just what you're doing and the good works that are going to be spreading far and wide
I
because
hope so.
of what you're building.
Right.
And that's really wonderful.
Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much, and hope to see you in May. That
Yes,
would be
I
nice.
will be there.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for being with us today. This is Avatar Face to Face. I'm your host, Jewel Kinch-Thomas, and it's always great to have you here. We hope that you are inspired by what you hear and will come out and support the artists in our community, and particularly keep the weekend after Memorial Day in mind so that you can come out and have a fabulous day with your family at the White Plains Outdoor Arts Festival. Have a wonderful week until we see you again. Jewel Kinch-Thomas saying goodbye.